Now, our guest this week for Loath Island is climate commentator Lois Perry. Welcome, Lois.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in. As I say, I've streamlined it because I thought we used to do 5 people, and I thought it would be much better if we just say, essentially, who do you hate the most in the world?
Yeah.
So, who would you least like to be marooned on a desert island with?
Well, I don't think I'm alone with this. Meghan Markle. It's got to be.
She's in the news, isn't she?
Oh, when isn't she in the news? But, you know, her being so sensitive and kind and compassionate, she always chooses really good times, like the anniversary of her husband's late mother's death and things like that. You know, some really poignant, nice timed interviews and stuff to talk about her victimhood whilst his mother is dead. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a great choice, and more people right now would agree with you than they would have done, shall we say, 2 weeks ago. She's had a very turbulent couple of weeks. She's done this podcast for Spotify.
Oh, isn't it awful?
Yeah, yes, it is awful.
It's so
but
awful.
It's a bit car crashy. You can't you're still drawn to it like a magnet. You still have to listen to the awfulness of it.
Yeah.
And then she's done this interview in the Cut magazine, part of New York magazine, a massive 6,000 word interview about what a victim she is. And I mean, what she does, this woman, is she just creates false narratives that make her the victim.
Constantly, and that's complete narcissistic behaviour. It's complete psychopathic behaviour. Psychopaths try lots of different techniques. You know, they try forcefulness, they try victim, they try every single thing all mixed up. And yeah, she's perfected the victim thing. But to say what she said about, oh, Harry's lost his dad, like I've lost mine. No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
Well, actually, do you know what? Lucky for her, lucky for him, both their dads are actually still alive. Oh, and both of them want to be involved. She's very lucky. Not everyone has that.
Yeah, the reason you've lost your dad, and let's stress Thomas Markle is very much alive and well.
Very much alive and well.
Living down in Rosarita in Mexico.
Yeah.
So he's fine, but the reason Meghan has lost her dad is because she cast him out. She just cut him off and stopped talking to him, and everybody suspects that's because he wasn't really right. He wasn't good for her image if she's going to hang around with the royal family.
Well, absolutely, or maybe some inconvenient truths. You know, like the fact that she made out it was rags to riches, and actually it couldn't be further from the truth.
Riches to riches.
Riches to riches.
Riches to more riches.
Absolutely. Her dad was an award-winning. I think he was a lighting
man.
Yeah, lighting guy.
Yeah.
She went to private school. She had a good. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but it was certainly not rags to riches. Yes, I think that casting him out was definitely because he might say too much.
I don't know about you, Lois, but I wept for days when I heard of the ordeal that the rich, ambitious women, both Meghan and her friend Serena Williams, the tennis champion, have had. It must be agony being multi-millionairesses, ambitious women. I mean, that is heartbreaking to hear.
Well, I mean, her friends,
the ordeal they've been through.
She's been through a terrible ordeal, but obviously it's not that bad as they're both sitting there as successful millionairesses. So, you know,
it's like, Meghan,
it is hard.
Nobody feels sympathy for you.
What is her talent? Yeah. I'm still trying to work it out.
Well, self-publicity, I think, is a real talent. The point about that is that the ambitious women thing. Yeah. That's classic of Meghan's false narratives.
It is,
you know, it's been so hard for me to be an ambitious woman because so many people object to ambitious women. When I was in Britain, particularly, they objected to me as an ambitious... No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Everyone was so
No one objected to your ambition.
Can I just say something to you, right, from my own perspective? It has never occurred to me ever that being female could in any way or would in any way impair what I wanted to achieve in my life ever. It's nonsense.
But you see what she did there? She creates anonymous pantomime villains who victimise her. Oh, they give me such a hard time because I'm an ambitious woman.
Boring,
no,
now,
they don't.
It?
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
That never happened. That never happened.
It never
happened.
And
then what really annoyed me as a member of Her Majesty's press, she said that she had to get out of Britain because the media, the British press, among them, the members of the British press called her son Archie the N-word.
Nonsense. No one even uses that word apart from in rap music.
I tweeted this week, Lois, that I was on Fleet Street newspapers for more decades than I care to admit. And this is hand on heart. I never, ever once heard anyone use the N-word. So when she says that, she's lying.
She is
lying.
lying.
Flat out lying.
It's a word that's more commonly used in America, and it's more used in rap music and stuff like that. There are very offensive words that are used in Britain, but they don't but it's not that particular one.
But she's inventing it again to make herself the victim. Oh, look what they called my son. They didn't.
Everyone loved her, didn't they?
Yeah, if she wants to have these pantomime villains, name them.
Yeah.
She never names them because they don't exist. That's why. Now, just before you go, Lois, thanks again. Great Loath Island. Who came close?
Well, it's got to be Ed Davey, hasn't it?
No, Sir Ed Davey.
Oh, right.
Quotation marks around
he's been knighted for services to
I know.
people in poverty.
I couldn't agree with you more. When he said, I'm so proud of the role I played in banning fracking. Well, thanks very much, mate. We could do with some fracking right now.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know that my organisation, Car 26, we're very pro-fracking. It looks like Liz Truss is going to start it again, but all the nutters are going to probably start gluing themselves. Well, we know that they are to different places. But Ed Davey, to say in that interview 2 years ago, I think it was, that, I've never been, I'm so proud of the role that I played. Now, he didn't say the role. He said, I am the man responsible for there not being fracking. And he said the other day that he was really proud of those comments and stood by it.
Yeah, while people literally can't afford to heat their houses or feed their kids.
I bet he
That's
can.
your fault, Davey. That's your fault.
Doesn't care.
You're proud of that, are you? Why would you be proud of pouring people into penury?
Exactly. No, he's disgusting. So yeah, I mean, if him and Meghan were on the island, I think one of us would be dead.
He's a
within 10
monumental
minutes.
virtue signalling half-wit. That's what he is.
He is, yeah, and he doesn't care about anybody else.
It's symptomatic of all these politicians over the years who have put virtue signalling about green claptrap above common sense, pursuing policies that never ever can actually work. You cannot power this. You cannot power this country by wind turbines and solar panels.
No, you really can't.
Because guess what? It's not always windy and it's not always sunny. In fact, it's hardly ever sunny, and still Boris says, keep the green project going. Let's get to carbon net zero. Even if we get to carbon net zero, it won't make any difference.
It won't make any difference. It's a mass psychosis, and you have to look at why. Yeah. Why is it still being pushed? There's a lot of people making a lot of money out of this, Kevin. Probably including Ed Davey. Yeah,
but I mean, I think on a global basis, getting to carbon net zero wouldn't make any difference because I'm not convinced. There's no evidence to say mankind is causing this climate change.
There really isn't. No, there really isn't.
So on a global basis. But on a British basis, we only produce 1% of the world's population pollution. So anything we do won't make a blind bit of difference.
Not a jot. Not a jot. And they know that.
Yeah, and yet they want to reduce us to medieval austerity.
Yeah, but at least they had horses then. We're not allowed to have horses or farming as well now.
I'll tell you, I've got a new mad as hell. I'm really mad as hell about it.
Be mad about this.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Stop the madness. Thank you very much for coming in, Lois. Lois Perry's Loath Island. I'm Kevin O'Sullivan. This is Talk TV Live from the Talk Radio studios.